one of the big trends has been promoter selling, which has taken place. We've seen a significant amount of deals take place. Nigel, you've been collating the data. I think it's the highest level that we've seen in 2023.
Yeah, that's right. Let me just go to the big wall and, focus on a couple of aspects out there. So the big question is, who is getting it right? Either the promoter entity is getting it right, or investors, they're getting a good entry. So that's the big question out there. And the question arises because the kind of selling we have seen from the promoter entities. Now, in this calendar year so far, they've sold closer to around $10 billion. No, there's no mistake out there. $10 billion is what they've sold. And just see how the comparative number is in comparison to the previous years. Keep in mind, we've got nearly around 4 months more in terms of data, but we're already at around that $10 billion odd mark. So you compare it with last year, you'll see it's nearly double. And the last time we had such a big number, anywhere close was in 2020 odd. But you'll see the market has gone up so much. So it's not really correct to compare, just the absolute number. So we said, let's compare the promoter sale value with the average market capitalization in a particular year. And it comes in at around 0.3% approximately. But keep in mind, 0.3% was in 2020 as well as this year. But what you need to keep in mind is the absolute market capitalization has nearly doubled. So it's on a far larger base. Now, in August itself, this promoter selling has picked up big time. Nearly around $3 billion worth of promoter selling is what we've seen. And just in the past week, you had a big trade coming in on Adani Power with the GQG group. Well, they came in big time. JSW Energy as well, GQG played a role out there as well. And Interglobe Aviation as well. You put that together, $1.5 billion worth of selling just in this week. In the, prior to that, in the month of August itself, you had a couple of large trades. Whether it was Adani Green, you had Vedanta as well as CMS Info. And a couple of smaller names as well, 100 to 500 crores odd, or promoters that sold some kind of stake, DLF and the likes in there. So you put all of that together, it's nearly around $3 billion odd. So promoter selling, well, you could view it two ways. One is, it showcases the depth of the Indian markets, and maybe Indian markets are offering something that other emerging markets are not offering. The kind of depth out there. But on the flip side, you'll say, hey, the promoter is the best analyst of his own company, right? And if he's cashing out, is there a cause to worry? Well, time will tell. And that may not be a very, very fair way of looking at it. So time will tell. But for the time being, the big question is, who's getting it right? The promoter entity taking some money off the table, or maybe investors? So we'll know that in a few years from now. But let's put that question to Amnish. Amnish,